Salam, and welcome to Qur'an Masterclass. Qur'an Explained. Today we begin a beautiful and profound chapter of the Qur'an, chapter 16, known as the Bees. In this video, we will explore the first 21 verses, a passage that invites us to open our eyes to the countless blessings Allah has placed all around us, and to reflect on why so many people still turn away in ingratitude. Stay with us. This is a journey through some of the most powerful reminders in the entire Qur'an. Chapter 16 of the Qur'an, the Bees, was revealed in Makkah during one of the most difficult periods for the early Muslim community. It is a chapter filled with signs in the sky, in the earth, in animals, in plants, and within ourselves. The central theme is unmistakable. Allah is the creator and provider of all things, and gratitude is the only fitting response from those who truly see. The chapter opens with a powerful declaration. Allah says, "The command of Allah is coming, so do not be impatient for it." This verse was a direct message to those who mocked the Prophet and challenged him, saying, "Where is this punishment you keep warning us about?" Allah responds, "His command is already on its way. It is so certain that it is spoken of as if it has already arrived. Glory be to Allah. He is far above anything they associate with him." Allah tells us that he sends down the angels carrying divine revelation to whichever of his servants he wills. And the message the angels bring is always the same. Warn the people that there is no God worthy of worship except me, so be mindful of me. This verse establishes the foundation of all prophetic missions. Every prophet, from the first to the last, carried this same essential message: one God, one truth, one call. Allah now draws our attention to the universe itself. He created the heavens and the earth with truth, with purpose, with wisdom, with precision. Nothing was created randomly or without meaning, and he is far above what they associate with him. When we look at the sky above us and the earth beneath our feet, we are looking at deliberate, intentional creation, a vast canvas of signs pointing back to their creator. Then Allah turns to something even closer to home, ourselves. He created the human being from a drop of fluid, just a single drop. And yet from that humble beginning, this same human being grows up and becomes someone who openly argues and disputes. The contrast is striking. We begin as something so small and fragile, and yet we develop the audacity to challenge the very one who created us. This is the paradox of human ingratitude. Allah now begins listing his blessings one by one. He created the livestock, cattle, sheep, goats, camels, and in them are warmth, meaning clothing and wool and many other benefits. And from them you eat. These animals were created entirely for our benefit. Their wool keeps us warm. Their milk nourishes us. Their meat feeds us. Their strength carries our loads. Every single one of these is a gift, freely given by a generous creator. And there is something else Allah mentions about these animals: beauty. He says, "And for you in them is beauty when you bring them in for the evening and when you send them out to pasture." Allah did not just create animals to be useful, he created them to be beautiful. He gave us the ability to appreciate that beauty. This is a reminder that Allah's generosity goes beyond the practical. He cares about our sense of wonder and delight. The blessings continue. These animals carry your heavy loads to lands you could not have reached except with great hardship. Before engines, before machines, before modern transport, it was these animals that allowed human civilization to move, to trade, to explore, to build. Allah provided them as a means of ease, and then he adds, "Indeed, your Lord is kind and merciful." Every blessing is a direct reflection of his kindness. Allah also created horses, mules, and donkeys, for you to ride and as adornment, and he will create what you do not yet know. This final phrase is remarkable. 14 centuries ago, Allah hinted that there would be means of transport and tools that humanity had not yet imagined. Some scholars see in this a reference to all the vehicles and technologies that came later. Allah's knowledge encompasses what was, what is, and what is yet to come. After listing physical blessings, Allah shifts to a spiritual one. He says, "And upon Allah is the direction of the straight path, and among them are those that deviate." Allah Himself has taken responsibility for showing humanity the right way. He sent prophets, He revealed scripture, He made the path clear. But some people choose to deviate. The guidance is there, the choice to follow it is ours. Now Allah points to one of the most essential blessings of all, water. He is the one who sends down rain from the sky. From it you drink, and from it grow the trees and plants by which you graze your animals. Water is the foundation of all life. Without it, nothing survives, and yet it falls from the sky. Not because of anything we did, not because we earned it, but purely as a gift from Allah. With that water, Allah grows for you crops, olives, date palms, grapevines, and all kinds of fruits. He lists these specifically because they were among the most valued and nourishing foods of the time, and they remain so today. Olives for their oil and nutrition, dates for their sweetness and sustenance, grapes for their abundance. And then Allah says, "Indeed, in that is a sign for people who reflect." The blessing is there, but only those who reflect will truly see it. Allah then lists the cosmic blessings. He has subjected for you the night and the day, and the sun and the moon, and the stars are subjected by His command. Think about what this means. The entire rhythm of your life, when you sleep, when you wake, when you work, when you rest, is governed by systems Allah put in place. The sun rises and sets not by accident, but by His precise command. In this are signs for people who reason, and whatever He has multiplied for you on the earth of varying colors, this too is a sign for people who remember. The earth is filled with an extraordinary variety, different plants, different minerals, different creatures, different landscapes, all in different colors and forms. This diversity is not random. It is a deliberate display of Allah's creative power and generosity. Every color, every texture, every species, a sign pointing to the one who made it all, and He is the one who subjected the sea so that you may eat from it fresh meat and extract from it ornaments that you wear. And you see the ships sailing through it, so that you may seek of His bounty, and so that you may be grateful. The ocean covers most of our planet. It feeds billions of people. It carries trade across continents. It holds treasures in its depths. All of this subjected for us by Allah's command alone. And He has cast into the earth firmly set mountains, lest it shift with you. Modern geology has confirmed what this verse pointed to, that mountains play a role in stabilizing the earth's crust. But beyond the science, the image is powerful. Allah anchored the earth so that it would not shake and destabilize beneath your feet. He made the ground firm so that you could live on it in safety. And He made rivers and roads so that you might find your way, and landmarks, and by the stars they are guided. Before modern navigation tools, before maps, before compasses, travelers navigated by the stars. Sailors crossed vast oceans using the night sky. Caravans crossed deserts by reading the constellations. Allah placed these lights in the sky not only for beauty, but as a navigation system for all of humanity. Every star is a gift. Every clear night sky is a mercy from above. After listing all these blessings, Allah poses a direct question. Then is He who creates like one who does not create? Will you not then remember? This is a powerful challenge. Can anything that human hands have made, any idol, any statue, any concept, be compared to the one who created the heavens, the earth, the sea, the mountains, the stars, and the human being itself? The answer is obvious, and yet people still turn away. And if you were to count the blessings of Allah, you could not enumerate them. This is not poetry. This is a statement of fact. Try to count your blessings, the air in your lungs, the sight in your eyes, the beat of your heart, the food in your stomach, the roof over your head, the people who love you. You cannot count them. And yet Allah says, indeed mankind is unjust and ungrateful. We take so much for granted every single day, and Allah knows what you conceal and what you declare. This verse is a reminder that our relationship with Allah is not just external. He does not only see our actions, He knows our intentions, our hidden thoughts, our private moments. Nothing is hidden from Him. This is both a warning and a comfort, a warning to those who pretend to be grateful while their hearts are heedless, and a comfort to those who are sincere, even when no one else sees. And those they call upon besides Allah have not created anything. Rather, they themselves were created. This verse exposes the fundamental absurdity of worshipping anything other than Allah. The idols, the statues, the false gods, they did not create the sky or the rain or the crops or the animals. They did not create themselves. They were made by human hands from materials that Allah created. How can the created be worshipped instead of the Creator? Continuing the description of false gods, they are dead, not alive. They have no awareness, no consciousness, no power. They cannot hear a prayer. They cannot respond to a call. They cannot help or harm. They are objects, lifeless, powerless, inert. And yet throughout human history, people have bowed before them, offered sacrifices to them, and placed their hopes in them. This is the tragedy of ingratitude, when people forget the living God and turn to dead things. And these false gods do not even know when they will be raised, meaning the day of resurrection. They have no knowledge of the unseen. They cannot tell you what tomorrow holds. They cannot warn you of what is coming. Only Allah knows the unseen. Only Allah knows when the final hour will arrive. This ignorance of the false gods is the final proof of their worthlessness. True divinity belongs only to the one who knows all things. Let us pause here and reflect on the structure of what we have just heard. Allah began with a warning. His command is coming. Then He established His oneness. Then He listed blessing after blessing after blessing. Animals, water, crops, the sky, the sea, the mountains, the stars. And then He asked, after all of this, will you not be grateful? This is the Qur'an's method, not just commanding belief, but building it through reflection on reality itself. The word used in the Qur'an for one who disbelieves also carries the meaning of one who covers up or conceals. It is as if the blessings of Allah are like light, and ingratitude is a covering that blocks that light from being seen. The ungrateful person is not someone who lacks blessings. They are someone who has covered over the awareness of those blessings. This is a profound insight into the human condition that the Qur'an articulates with extraordinary precision. You might wonder, why does Allah list so many blessings in such detail? Why mention the livestock, the horses, the rain, the crops, the sea, the mountains, the stars, one by one? Because human beings forget. We are wired to adapt. What was once miraculous becomes ordinary. The sunrise becomes background noise. The food on our table becomes routine. Allah lists these blessings to wake us up, to restore our sense of wonder at what we have been given. Let us go deeper into the blessing of livestock. Historians and anthropologists agree that the domestication of animals was one of the most transformative events in human history. It enabled agriculture, transportation, trade, and the development of civilizations. Allah gave humanity these animals not just as food, but as partners in building the world. And He did so long before we understood how essential they would be. This is the foresight of the Creator. Modern science confirms what the Qur'an stated 14 centuries ago, that all living things are made of water. Every cell in your body depends on it. Every ecosystem on earth requires it. And yet water falls from the sky as rain, a cycle that Allah set in motion and maintains. The water you drink today may have fallen as rain thousands of miles away, traveled through rivers and underground aquifers, and arrived at your tap. Every sip is a journey of divine provision. The stars that Allah mentions as landmarks for navigation were used by sailors, traders, and travelers for thousands of years. The North Star guided ships across the Atlantic. The Southern Cross helped navigators in the Southern Hemisphere. Entire civilizations built their calendars around the movements of stars. Allah placed these lights in the sky with precision, and humanity, guided by its God-given intellect, learned to read them. Both the stars and the intellect are gifts from the same source. The Qur'an's description of mountains as pegs or anchors that prevent the earth from shaking has fascinated scientists for decades. Modern geology shows that mountains have deep roots extending far below the surface, and that they play a role in the stability of tectonic plates. Whether or not one reads this as a scientific miracle, the spiritual message is clear. Allah designed the earth to be a stable, livable home for humanity. Every feature of this planet was engineered for our benefit. The ocean is one of the greatest signs of Allah's power and generosity. It covers over 70% of the Earth's surface. It regulates the planet's temperature. It produces more than half of the oxygen we breathe. It feeds billions of people. It enables global trade. And in its depths are creatures and ecosystems that humanity is still discovering. Allah subjected all of this for us and reminded us that the purpose of these blessings is gratitude. Allah specifically mentions the varying colors of things on earth as a sign. Think about this. He did not have to make the world colorful. He could have made everything gray or uniform. But instead, He filled the world with an extraordinary palette. The green of forests, the blue of oceans, the gold of deserts, the white of snow, the red of sunsets, the purple of mountains at dusk. This variety is a gift to our senses and a sign of the infinite creativity of Allah. The alternation of night and day is so fundamental to our lives that we rarely stop to appreciate it. But consider, the night gives us rest, coolness, and the beauty of stars. The day gives us light, warmth, and the ability to work and see. This rhythm regulates our biology, our sleep cycles, our hormones, our moods. Allah designed this rhythm with precision, and He subjected it for us. The day and night are not just natural phenomena. They are acts of divine care. The sun and moon are subjected by Allah's command. The sun is approximately 150 million kilometers from Earth, precisely the right distance to sustain life without burning it. The moon's gravitational pull regulates the tides and stabilizes the Earth's axial tilt. These are not coincidences. They are the result of precise, intentional design. And Allah tells us, He subjected them for you. The entire solar system is, in a sense, arranged around the conditions needed for human life. Among all the physical blessings Allah has listed, He also mentions the greatest blessing of all, guidance, the straight path. Allah Himself has taken responsibility for making the right way clear. He did not leave humanity to wander in darkness. He sent messengers. He revealed books. He made the truth accessible. The question is never whether the path exists. It always has. The question is whether we choose to walk it. Everything we have discussed, the animals, the water, the crops, the stars, the sea, all of these are blessings for the body and for this world. But the Qur'an itself is the greatest blessing of all. because it is a blessing for the soul and for the next world. It is the word of Allah, preserved perfectly, available to every human being on earth. To have access to the Qur'an and to understand it is a gift beyond measure. And that is exactly what we are doing together right now. These verses were revealed to the Prophet during a time of intense opposition. The people of Makkah rejected him, mocked him, and demanded signs. And Allah's response was, "Look around you. The signs are everywhere. In the animals you ride, in the rain that falls, in the stars that guide you, in the very body you inhabit." The Prophet was not asking people to believe in something invisible. He was asking them to open their eyes to what was already there. One of the most striking themes in these verses is the contrast between human origins and human arrogance. We are created from a drop of fluid, something so small it is invisible to the naked eye. And yet we grow up to argue, to dispute, to deny, to rebel. The Qur'an does not say this to humiliate us. It says this to ground us, to remind us of where we came from, so that we might be humble before the one who brought us into existence. Gratitude in the Qur'an is not just a feeling, it is an action. It is expressed through worship, through using blessings in the right way, through acknowledging the giver. When you eat and say thanks to Allah, that is gratitude. When you use your health to do good, that is gratitude. When you use your wealth to help others, that is gratitude. Gratitude is not passive. It is an active, ongoing response to the blessings that surround us every moment of every day. Allah warns us that mankind is unjust and ungrateful. This is not a condemnation. It is a diagnosis. And like any diagnosis, it is meant to lead to a cure. The cure for ingratitude is awareness. The cure is to stop, to look, to reflect, to remember. The cure is to ask yourself, what do I have that I did not earn? What was given to me that I could not have given myself? When you ask those questions honestly, the answer leads you straight back to Allah. Throughout these verses, Allah repeats a beautiful phrase. Indeed, in that is a sign for people who reflect. And again, for people who reason. And again, for people who remember. Notice that the signs are the same for everyone. The rain, the crops, the stars, the sea. But only some people see them as signs. The difference is not in the world around us. The difference is in whether we choose to reflect, to reason, and to remember. Look at how the blessings Allah lists are all connected. Rain falls from the sky. It waters the crops. The crops feed the animals. The animals provide food, clothing, and transport. The sea provides food and enables trade. The mountains stabilize the land. The stars guide the traveler. Everything is linked. Everything works together. This is not an accident. It is a system designed by the most wise and knowledgeable Creator, all for the benefit of the human being. The chapter is named The Bees, and later in the chapter, Allah will speak about the bee directly, describing how it builds its home by divine inspiration and produces honey that is a healing for people. But even here, in these opening verses, the lesson of the bee is present. Small things, working within the system Allah designed, produce extraordinary results. Every creature, every element of creation, is fulfilling its purpose. Are we fulfilling ours? The chapter opens with the certainty of Allah's command, and that command includes the day of resurrection. The false gods do not know when they will be raised, but Allah knows, and He has told us that day is coming. Every blessing we have been given will be asked about. Every gift will be accounted for. This is not meant to frighten us. It is meant to focus us, to remind us that this life is not the end, and that how we respond to Allah's blessings matters eternally. These verses were revealed 14 centuries ago, but they speak to every generation equally. The blessings Allah lists, water, food, animals, the sky, the sea, the stars, these are not ancient blessings. They are the blessings of today, the rain that fell this morning, the food you ate today, the sun that rose this morning, the stars that will appear tonight. The Qur'an is not a historical document. It is a living message, speaking directly to you right now in this moment. So how do we respond to what we have heard today? The Qur'an does not just ask us to nod in agreement. It asks us to change, to look at the world differently, to see the rain as a gift, not just weather, to see the food on our table as provision from Allah, not just a purchase, to see our own bodies as a miracle, not just a given. This shift in perspective, from taking for granted to being truly grateful, is one of the most powerful transformations a human being can make. One of the most beautiful things about this chapter is its comprehensiveness. In just 21 verses, Allah has addressed the physical world, the animal kingdom, the cosmos, the human body, the spiritual path, the nature of false worship, and the certainty of the next life. It is as if Allah is saying, wherever you look, up at the sky, down at the earth, inward at yourself, you will find me. You will find my signs. You will find reason to believe and reason to be grateful. Let us summarize what we have covered today. Allah opened the chapter with a warning that His command is near. He established His oneness and the mission of the prophets. He then listed His blessings in extraordinary detail: livestock, water, crops, the night and day, the sun and moon, the stars, the sea, the mountains. He challenged us. Can the Creator be compared to anything else? He reminded us that His blessings cannot be counted, and He exposed the emptiness of false worship. All in 21 verses, and that brings us to the end of today's episode of Qur'an Masterclass. We have journeyed through the opening 21 verses of chapter 16, a passage that is, at its heart, an invitation to open your eyes, to see the world as it truly is, a gift, from a generous Creator to a grateful servant. If this video benefited you, please share it, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We will continue with the next set of verses very soon. Until then, salam, and may Allah make us among the truly grateful.